welcome to Abntv newspaper review. Here with me I have the Tribune newspaper and I have the Nation newspaper. Firstly, we are going to Tribune newspaper, and the headline here with me in the Tribune newspaper. Federal government begins 15 naira electronic level deduction from OPay, money points and others. Although workers will receive minimum wage next week, NLC said. 10,000 jobs at risk as CPOS concessions agreements renewal stills. Fuel subsidy. Nigeria fake good life nearly crashed the economy. Just in, fire raises trade more estates markets minimum wage. Urge strike cause back states and labor law. Now the story in details. Federal government begins 15 naira electronic level deductions from OPay, money points and other users. The federal government has commenced 15 naira electronic level deductions from a transaction of 10,000 and above made by users and financial technology companies including OPay, money points, Kuda and others. The level called electronic money transfer level, introduced under the Finance Act 2020, placed a singular and one-off level of 15 naira on the recipients of any electronic receipt or transfer of 10,000 and above, and was earlier to take effect from September 9, Tribune Online reported. The introduction of the Amtv was, however, met with opposition from Nigerians with various groups, including the National Association of Nigeria Students, calling on the federal government to reverse its position on the implementation of the level. Meanwhile, in a notice sent to customers earlier in September, OPay explained that the level was imposed by the Federal Inland Revenue Services, stating, however, that it would not benefit from it. Federal government's 15 naira electronic level deductions from OPay, money points, and other users. The full details of this story is in Tribune newspaper for today. Another story here with me in the Nigerian Tribune newspaper for today. Ondo workers receive minimum wage next week, said NLC. The Ondo State chapters of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has assured government workers in the states of the payments of new minimum wage in the November salary. Mr. Ademola Olakpa, the acting chairman of the NLC, gave the assurance on Sunday in Nakure while speaking with the News Agency of Nigeria on the proposed strike of the new minimum wage. The national leadership of the NLC and Trade Union Congress, TUC, had proposed to commence a national strike by December over the implementation of payments by some state governments. Olakpade, who was also the head of labor side in the minimum wage negotiation with the state government, said all arrangements had been made by the state government to pay the minimum wage by next week. We are not going to join the strike in Ondo State because on our own side, we have concluded an arrangement with the state government. The payments were supposed to commence last week but was delayed due to the sliding error which had been corrected. So by the grace of God, workers in Ondo State, including the local government workers, will start receiving their November salary with the minimum wage by next week, Olakpade said. In a similar, on the Katsina State government has approved the implementation of 17,000 naira minimum wage for its civil servants from December 2024. The secretary to the state government, Alhaji Abdullahi Gaba, made this note to the newsmen on Saturday in Katsina. He said the new minimum wage will be given to workers under the payroll of the state governments, local governments, and the local education authorities. Although workers will receive minimum wage next week, said NLC. The full details of this story is in Tribune newspaper for today. Another story here with me in the Nigerian Tribune newspaper for today. 10,000 jobs at risk as CPOS concession agreements renewal states. Checks by the Nigerian Tribune have revealed that efforts to renew the post concessions of about 8 CPOS terminals are still following unsatisfactory perceptions of the level of investment at the various port terminals by different companies who lodged their terminals from the Nigeria Port Authorities. The affected port terminal scatters across major Nigeria ports include those located in Akpakpa, Sinkan Island, One and Wari. Data obtained by the Nigeria Tribune from official documents detailing concessions agreements showed that the expired concessions, which were granted to private operators for period ranging from 10 to 25 years, covered both box cargo handlings and container terminals operations. Among the expired CPOS lease agreements is the 15 years concessions granted to ELL, consultant for the management of Akpakpa Terminal D, which expired in 2021. Similarly, the Greenview Developments Nigeria Limited saw its 15 years concession for Apapa Terminal E end in the same year. 10,000 jobs as risk as Seaport's concession agreements renewal stakes. The full details of this story is in Nigerian Tribune newspaper for today. Another story here with me in the Nigerian Tribune newspaper for today. Fuel subsidy. Nigeria's fake good lives nearly crashed the economy, said Tinubu. President Bola Tinubu has described the era before the removal of the fuel subsidy as a period when Nigeria was living a fake good life that almost crashed the nation economy. Tinubu, represented by the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ilorin, Professor Wahab Agbewole, while speaking at the 34th and 35th combined convocation ceremonies of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, FUTSA, in Ondo State, stated that the removal of the petrol subsidy and the unifications of exchange rates were essential steps to share the economic. According to Tinubu, while subsidies were originally designed to support the poor, the disproportions, the benefits the body, leaving the average Nigeria to suffer the consequences of a fragile economy. He explained, as we are all aware, we look the baton of authority as a time when our economy was nose-during as a result of heavy debts from fuel and other subsidies. Fuel subsidy, Nigeria's fake good lives nearly crashed the economy, said Tinubu. The full details of this story is in Tribune newspaper for today. And before we come back to the second edition of this program, The Nation newspaper, we go for what we have for you on the studio. If you'd like to watch us on our website page, you can follow us on www.Abntv network on our website page. Try to like and share and comment, and make sure you subscribe and follow us on www.Abntv network. And likewise, also have our social media. You can follow us on our Facebook and click and make sure you like and comment and share, and make sure you subscribe and follow us on our website page on Facebook. You can follow us on Abntv Houston, and likewise also have our YouTube. You can follow us and click on Abntv Nigeria, and we also have our Twitter. You can follow us on Abntv Houston, and lastly on our Instagram, you can click and like and share, and make sure you comment and subscribe and follow us on Abntv Nigeria. And before we come back to the second edition of this program, let's listen to what we have on our studio with the Rise Back.
Discover the uniqueness in the entertainment industry. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive, and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
9894 Isone Street, Suite 875, Houston, Texas 77036.
Contact phone 281-652-8396 and
832-490-8203.
Website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich cultural heritage.
Edition of this program, The Nation newspaper. Just in fire races trade more estate markets in Abuja. Tensions gripped residents early Monday morning as the fire broke out as markets in popular trade mall estates located along Umar Musa Yaradua Airport Road in Abuja. The cause of this fire remains unknown at the time of this report. An eyewitness Tosin Adeleke told our correspondents that Charles erupted around 4 a.m. when the blaze engulfed the shop. According to Adeleke, shop owner rushed to salvage what they could from the effort to determine the extent of the damage and the source of the fire are ongoing. He said, "It is sad. We are not certain about the cause of this fire, but an electrician's fault cannot be ruled out. Efforts were made to contact the Federal Fire Service and the Federal Capital Territories Fire Services, but the situation was intense." Adeleke added that the residents eventually reached out to the fire service team at the Dominus Church, who arrived at the scene around 5 a.m. Just in fire races trade more estate markets in Abuja. The full details of this story is in the Nigerian Nation newspaper for today. And lastly, with me in the Nigerian Nation newspaper for today, minimum wage strike calls spark states and labor road. Workers in 3 states and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, resolved at the weekend to boycott work from today's over the disagreements with the authorities on implement actions of the new minimum wage. In some other states, there is confusion following the directives by the National Secretariat of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, for workers in those states to embark on strike over the issue. Some of the state councils of the NLC are threatening strike, not based on the refusals of the state government to pay, but due to lack of mutual agreement on what is being affected. The NLC and the Trade Union Congress, TUC councils in Eboyi, Nasarawa, Kaduna, and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, have directed their workers to begin strike today. Minimum wage strike calls back state and labor's role. The full details of this story is in Nigerian Nation newspaper for today. And if you'd like to follow us on each of our programs, on our website page, you can follow us and click on www.abntv network. On our website page, you can like and share and comment and make sure you subscribe. And follow us on our website page, www.abntv network. And we also have our social media. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Abntv Houston. And on our YouTube, you can follow us on Abntv Nigeria. On our Twitter, you can follow us on Abntv Houston. And lastly, on our Instagram, you can follow us on Abntv Nigeria. Try to subscribe and like and share and comment. And if you'd like to follow us on our website, on each of our programs. My name is Kenny Afolabi. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching. Bye for now.